Now we are talking spoilers for John Wick 2, a 2017 film. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am Richard, this is Random Street Theater, and I saw John Wick 2, and I reviewed John Wick 2, but there were some things that I couldn't talk about because they would be spoilers, and John Wick 2 is such a great film that spoiling it would really be a crime. So if you haven't seen my review of this film, I suggest you check that out. And if you haven't seen this film, I suggest you watch it before watching this film, before watching this review. Okay? So yeah, we all know the premise of John Wick. Dude was an assassin, got out of assassinating, his wife died, Russians came, killed his dog, and then he went out for revenge. John Wick 2... there introduces the concept of markers, which are blood pledges that you can't ignore. So the concept of I bumped my hand. The concept of John Wick 2 is somebody comes out with this marker and says, John, I want you to kill my sister because she is a member of the High Council and I want her seat. All right. Makes perfect sense. And then, of course, after he kills this person, then the movie starts. But there are certain things in this film that don't make a lot of sense. Okay? One of them being that when John Wick shows up to kill this chick, he talks to her first. Which is dumb, because John Wick being John Wick, we are shown that John Wick has a conscience. He is not a killer by nature. He will injure people in such a way that it's like, look, you have two choices. You can keep fighting and die, inevitably, or you can keep your hand over the wound and, try to go get help. Lawrence Fishburne's character mentions that, John Wick could have killed him when he was starting out, but he said, look, you can reach for your gun, you can keep your hand on that wound and get your ass to a hospital and survive. So obviously he chose life over death, to live rather than to kill. So that was a very fine thing. But John, being this assassin who's gone through all of these really powerful moments and all this, goes up, it's like, I'm going to talk to you before I kill you. Why? You're just making this hard. Why not just kill this woman? You should have walked up, popped her, and ran off. And if you had done that, some of the conflict of this film would probably not have happened. And then, the other thing that happens in this same scene is a chick slits her wrists. And she's like, I'm going to die my way. So John, why waste the bullet? You might need that later. I know it's dramatic, but it seems out of character for John Wick to waste rounds on someone who's basically dead anyway. I know his contract was to kill this person, but she slit both of her wrists down the vein. She's not going to survive. Even if she were at a hospital, they would pretty much have to tourniquet her arms or cut them off. So it's, she's going to die. Why waste the bullet? Why take the wrath? If they had found that she had committed suicide, they can't be like, well, you killed her. No, she committed suicide. She saw me and she killed herself. But, So that's one of those things about this particular film that doesn't make sense. It's like they talk about a lot of infrastructure to these assassins, which is kind of the hokey part of John Wick in general. But it's like at the very end, there's this scene where John is talking to the manager of the Continental Hotel, which is the Assassin's Hotel. A lot of money moves through there. And, they come out there and they say, now. and everybody, like hundreds of people in the recent vicinity, stop. So the possibility of them setting this up in any amount of time, I mean, you're talking like, all kinds of, and they would have to have kept all of the regular people out of there. Then they would have had to make sure everybody had an earpiece so they could hear the command at once. And it's like the millions of dollars it would have taken to set this up in a short period of time is unfathomable. It might have cost more than the bounty that was on John Wick's head. And then, out of respect for him being John Wick, they give him an hour, and that's where our movie ends. But it's just, at a certain point, it's like, okay, I get all of that stuff, but why such a show of force? If you really wanted John Wick dead, you would have been talking to John Wick, and there would have been a sniper. And he would have just put a round in him and ended it. But then we wouldn't have a movie. So I get that, but I mean, in this world, there's an Assassin's Guild ear on every corner of New York City. There's a Continental Hotel in every major country. It really does run pretty thin. Anyway, so look, this is not to say that John Wick is a bad movie. As I said, John Wick 2 is high on your watch list, a very fun film. It's just a little ridiculous and I needed to talk about it. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I'd love to hear yours. Comments below. I'm Richard.
Yeah! Hairball! Hi folks, Randall the Rat here, reminding you once again to comment, like, and subscribe, because this channel will buy a bracelet from the company 4Ocean for every 1,000 subscribers. And when they do that, that means that they'll pull a pound of trash out of the ocean. Now, you humans have put a lot of trash in the ocean, and we need to get a lot of trash out of the ocean. So not only should you comment, like, and subscribe, but you should probably share this with your friends. Or I'll eat you. I might eat you anyway, because I'm a rat that loves to eat people, but hey, comment, liking, and subscribing means I'm less likely to eat you.